Radfish Stearns. Right, Mom? Good
Right.
job.
That's Mama Radfish.
Mama Radfish. And that was that. That's nephew Radfish?
Yes.
And that's
10
sister
seconds.
Radfish?
Yes, niece.
Niece
My
Radfish.
niece and her son.
She's my cousin.
Well, cousin Radfish.
Cousin Radfish.
Quiet on the set, everybody. Here we go. 5, 4.
Welcome back to Amazing Mind. If you've just joined us, I have as my second guest, Tony Radfish Stearns. Now, Tony is an entrepreneur and a creator of the program, You Can Live an Authentic Life. And he's going to come on and teach us how to make a boatload of money doing what we love. Please help me welcome my guest, Tony Radfish Stearns.
Thank you, Lisa. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. And I brought you a gift. I
brought me a gift?
I brought you one of my Radfish pink signature T-shirts.
I would wear it today, but it would cover my outfit. Here, Mom. Hold on to my shirt. Thank you. Now, Tony, the reason I wanted to have you on is because you have created a much more evolved definition of success. When I was a girl, very long time ago, back in the Mesozoic, we defined success as making a lot of money. Is that your definition of success?
Definitely not. What I've learned through my many years of experience is I measure my success not monetarily, but on actual goals that I achieve. The ability to conquer my goals, bring things to the community, introduce new things, new ideas, and it's an actual achievement is my level of success. It's not monetarily.
Tell us your story of success. How did you get to be where you are now?
I've been able to be an entrepreneur most of my life.
Did you start out that way?
Well, as a child, I was always a leader, and then I realized that when I worked for other people, it didn't take long that I was doing all the work and they were collecting the money. So throughout my life, every time I've started a new career, I've worked for someone long enough to learn that career, and when I realized I'm doing the work, they're making the money, I went off and started my own business.
Tell me about your business today.
Today my business is, it's a booming stand-up paddleboard company. I also do all the beach services. I do a lot of stuff for the community, and in reality, it's my hobby. My hobby is my job.
That's amazing. You know, your dad was a big inspiration. Now, tell me about your dad and how he helped you create this new model of success.
My father was, much like myself, very successful at anything he put his mind to. He was a successful musician, a successful actor, a successful realtor, successful in the bond and brokerage business. And I don't believe he found true happiness until he retired. He went up to Montana, bought some property, and he made his living retirement as a fly fishing guide. He would take people out and fly fish, and he was doing what he loved and was able to make a living doing it. At that point, I kind of followed in his footsteps and realized, well, if I've been a waterman my whole life and I know the water, I could probably make a living doing that. And I parlayed that into a paddleboard manufacturing business, as well as a full-service beach school where I do paddle surfing, kite surfing, scuba diving, jet skis, anything ocean you want, I do.
And you also travel quite a bit, taking your business and being able to travel all over the world.
That's the fortunate part about branding. I get to travel to exotic places every winter when my business slows down, and I give out my equipment, I take lots of photographs, I do branding throughout the world, and pretty much now Radfish is known throughout the world.
You know, I'm not a water person. I like the great indoors. For those of us who might not like the ocean, can you teach all of us how to be a successful entrepreneur doing what we love? And you broke it down into 3 steps. Can you go through that with us?
The first thing, if you're going to be successful at anything, I believe you have to have a passion for what you do. You have to be passionate, you have to love it, you have to have that motivation to do it 150%.
You know, because I used to be with a pharmaceutical company. We called it the Golden Handcuffs. And I was good post on Amazing Mind and get messages today, I do give it 150% because I love what I do, and I never work a day in my life.
And then the second point is, and that leads exactly to it, is you have to have follow through. You have to be 100%er. Many people are what I could call 80%ers or 90%ers, and they'll start something, they'll have a vision, they'll move forward toward doing it. When they hit an obstacle or a roadblock, they stop. For me, that's where the challenge begins. I hit the obstacle, the roadblock, and I figure out my way to maneuver around it. So a roadblock to me doesn't mean I can't do something. It means I need to figure out a way to get around that and follow through. So it's follow through.
So we have passion, we have follow through, be 100%er. And follow through, the resilience. What's the third thing we need to be successful entrepreneurs?
And that's the most important one actually, I believe, is having integrity. You have to have integrity, meaning you do what you say you're going to do, you are where you say you're going to be, you're responsible, you take care of all the things, so that you're not known in your community or your industry as a flaky or a bad business person. It really reflects on your business and the way people respect you.
You know, we are our reputation, and there's a platitude that said showing up is 90%, but I think showing up on time is 90%. What do you think about being exactly where you say you're going to be, exactly the time you say you're going to be there?
Well, that's easy for me. I set my watch 5 minutes early, so I'm always 5 minutes early. It's a little bit better than being on time.
And it also gives a little extra value.
Yes.
And nobody's rushed, and nobody's anxious, and there's always time to take a deep breath. The other reason I wanted to have you on is everybody talks about an authentic life. Everybody talks about having a conscious life. And you know, people say it, but what does it really mean? You put it into a magic formula with 5 simple steps. I want you to take us through it. The first step that you taught me when I took the program with you was passion. Tell us about it.
It's like I previously said, if you're passionate about what you do, if you love what you do, you're not really working. You're not really, it's no longer a chore, and you're going to do the best you can. So being passionate and loving what you do is one of the first keys to enjoying your lifestyle and your business.
The second thing is giving back to the community. And can we get the pictures up on our screen, please? Tell us about giving back to the community.
I spend a lot of time working with nonprofit organizations. I recently did some stuff with the Wounded Warrior Foundation, where I took 14 wounded warriors that were disabled, and I was able to take them out through very large, intimidating surf.
Tell me how that day came about, because that's my favorite story in the world.
I was contacted by Susie Lindolfi. She's in charge of the Wounded Warrior Foundation, and she actually called me the day before. Laird Hamilton was scheduled to do the event.
For those of you who don't know who Laird Hamilton is, he's the biggest name in surfing in Malibu and all over the world. So they called Laird, but why did Laird say no?
But on top of that, I just wanted to let everybody know, Laird is my hero, my mentor. So I was honored when she asked me. I did tell her that it was a very large surf that day, that it would be extremely dangerous, but I felt that if they followed my directions and my safety precautions, that we could make it in and out of the surf and I could take them out.
So in other words, can I add a 6th step?
Sure.
Carpe diem. Seize the day. When someone says no, you be the one that says yes. Now, I know it was big surf, I know it was dangerous. Did you lose anybody that day?
Not one person. In fact, everybody made it out. I swam them through the surf, delivered the boards outside the surf. I had gentlemen that were missing arms and legs, all figured out how to, in their own way, get up on the board, and every single one of them paddled. We documented it, filmed it, and it's on the Wounded Warrior Foundation website.
Amazing. The next one you told me was face your fears.
Face your fears. I relate that to being an alpha male, and I hate to spill the beans on all the alpha males, but the reality is, most of the time an alpha male is an alpha male because he has fear. And we fear everything. But we're more afraid of not facing our fears than we are of facing our fears. So if it's something that I'm afraid of, the first thing I do is jump into it. I've got to do it so that I know in my heart I wasn't afraid.
I like it. Now, the next one I have a challenge with. Cooperation, not competition.
That's my favorite. I've done that my entire life. I try to surround myself with people that are far more successful, have the things that I want. Many people in life are resentful, or what they call haters, and they're jealous of people. And what I've found in my life is the closer I can get to the people that are in the positions or have the things or are doing what I aspire to do, not only can I learn from them, but also as I befriend them and become close to them, it opens many doors for me. So it's helped me being near my competition or my successors or the people that are doing the things that I aspire. The closer I get to them, the closer I get to achieving it myself.
And step number 5, not number 6, because I put in carpe diem, is a relationship with an absolute outside of self.
Got it.
Wow.
I choose to call my God, my higher power. I'm not really big on organized religion. I don't want to get too deep into that, but I found that many organized religions I feel are semi-hypocritical. So I have my own personal relationship with my God. I pray, I ask for guidance. My God's always been there for me, and when it seems it's really going to get tough and things are going to hit the fan, God brings me up, helps me, and I believe that's why I am where I am today.
Words to live by. If there was one thing you want everybody to take away from your lecture today, what is it, Tony?
I have to have one thing?
Just one thing.
Just one thing. Go for it. Follow your dream, and it will happen.
And the money will follow. Everybody is going to want to learn more about your program, The Secrets of Living an Authentic Life. And everybody who is in the 4 corners of the globe and near the water is going to want to learn how to embrace the waves with you. How can people get hold of you?
My website is www.radfishmalibu.com, and you could also just Google Radfish Malibu. I have about 60 pages of entries on my websites throughout the world, and I'm slowly branding myself to be a world leader in my industry.
And I think you are well on your way to that dream. Well, it appears we're out of time for today. I want to thank Tony Radfish Stearns for being a guest on my program and teaching us all how to be successful entrepreneurs with a new definition of success, doing what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I want to thank our studio audience and those of you who are watching at home. My name is Lisa Mackenberg, and I hope you'll stay tuned when we meet more people and we continue to explore the amazing mind. Stay tuned, a lot more coming up for you on Hypnosis TV.